It's using it. Okay.
Coffee cups and cigarettes laying around the room. I don't mind a little mess, just wanna stay with you. And we'll do anything that we want today. Won't be scared of falling down no more. So take me away to some other place. Don't wanna wait. Oh, my Indian summer, take me away. I ain't afraid, calling your name. Oh, my Indian summer. Oh, my Indian summer. Oh, my Indian summer. We are green under the sun. We do our best to hide. Innocence fading away as we learn the truth. And we'll be anything that we wanna be. Gonna get what's coming anyway. So take me away to some other place. Don't wanna wait. Oh, my Indian summer, take me away. I ain't afraid, calling your name. Oh, my Indian summer.
All right, welcome everybody. Stephen Michael Miller here. We are live here at Strongbrook Live. Got a lot of you online joining us from all over the country. Want to give a huge welcome to you and thank you for being here. Got several people in the room here as well. Thank you for being here also. And we've got more showing up right now as well as the room fills. And you know how it is with showing up a little bit late. We'll give them a hard time later maybe. We'll see. Really excited to be here tonight. And before I get jumping into it, I just want to take a moment to thank you. We all have different resources in life, and we're here today to talk about creating wealth in every part of our life. And I think oftentimes when people think about wealth, they think about money, right? They think about the physical dollars, coins, things that you can actually go out and buy something with. And that is one resource. But I'm really clear on our most powerful resource or our most valuable resource, which isn't money. It's not even energy. Both money and energy can be replenished and refilled. Your time is your most valuable resource. And so the fact that you are spending the next 15 hours here with me, I'm just kidding, the next hour with me, I truly do appreciate that. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being on time. One thing that I suggest, if you haven't already, is that you have a pen or paper or some sort of device to take notes on. We're going to be going through some different things, and I want to challenge you to listen to your intuition. I want to challenge you to really, as you're listening to the words that I'm speaking, definitely pay attention to what I say. I'm going to be teaching a lot of different things and some principles that I think are going to be very valuable for you. But more importantly, I want you to listen to your intuition. Listen for what resonates with you, because those are the real, true teaching points for you. For everybody, it's going to be different. So make sure that you've got your pen and paper. Write some things down. There is a chat box. If you're viewing this online through our channel, our YouTube channel, then utilize the chat function. We'll take a look at that. If you've got some questions, please ask. And we've got a moderator. We've got someone that can get those questions to me. I'd be happy to answer those questions as well. But I want to go ahead and kind of jump into what we're doing here. But I want to start with a personal experience of mine. And to set the stage appropriately, I want to give you a little bit of background. I was born into a wonderful family. I had a mom and a father who loved me very much, and I was told every single day that I could do anything that I wanted. Now, although I was raised with that kind of attitude, both of my parents struggled very much financially. Now, you probably, if you're an American, at some point in your life, you may relate to this story a little bit. But I grew up very, very poor, and I grew up in St. Petersburg, Florida. If you understand, or if you've ever been to Florida, it's right down there in the middle of the state. Come on in. We've got people come on in. But I grew up in Florida, St. Petersburg, Florida, just south of Tampa. And growing up poor like I did, I want to define poor for me and what that meant for me. Poor meant for me that we didn't have the $4 or $5 to go spend on a field trip, right? When my classmates went on a field trip, I would often stay home because we just couldn't afford the $4 or $5. Poor for me meant being on welfare, either church or state, for the majority of my childhood. Poor for me meant when I was 7 or 8 years old, my father took me for the first time to learn the family trade, which was dumpster diving. Now, I don't tell you this to evoke any sympathy. I'm doing all right now. I'm doing a lot better. But I want you to understand kind of, first of all, where we start and where we can come, right? Where we can go if we have the right kind of people, the right mentors in our life. For me, I had many individuals that came into my life that helped to teach me different things that I need to know to get out of my situation. But just to set that stage, when I was young, when I was about 9 years old, I wanted nothing more than to build a treehouse. I don't know if you've ever wanted to build a treehouse or anything like that, or if you ever had a dream as a kid. But man, I wanted that more than anything. And I remember I had this oak tree, this large oak tree in my backyard, and I would circle around this oak tree, and I would imagine my treehouse. And I would do this for hours. Literally, I'd go around and I'd think about it, I'd look at it, I'd get a ladder and climb up in the tree and imagine my treehouse. And I remember I got to the point one day where I wanted to express my desires to my siblings. I wanted to tell somebody about what I wanted to accomplish here. And so I went to my siblings and I said, hey guys, I want to build a treehouse. Now, growing up poor like we did, what do you think my siblings said?
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck, right? They weren't that nice,
Yeah, right.
They're like, Stephen, you're stupid. Stephen, you can't do that. Have you ever had a dream where someone told you, no, you can't do it, it's not possible? Why do people tell us that our dreams aren't viable, aren't possible? What do you think?
They can't imagine seeing that happen for them, so why should it happen for you?
Yeah, they've never done it. They don't have the answer. So if they can't do it, obviously you can't do it. Crabs in a bucket, right? We've heard that before. So they're pulling me down. And I don't know where I got this. Maybe it was because my mother and my father telling me every day that I could do anything I wanted to. But when my siblings told me I couldn't, I looked at them and I said, well, I'm going to do it. So I don't remember exactly what I said. It may have included some hand gestures or something else. I don't know. But I said, no, I'm going to do it. And it really sparked something inside of me where I wanted to get out there. I wanted to make it happen. So I did. And I didn't right away because I didn't exactly know what to do. I knew I couldn't go to my parents and ask them for nails and wood. But I started thinking, what can I do? How can I make this happen? I remember thinking one day, you know what? We live in these old neighborhoods. We have these dirt alleyways that kind of cross-section our blocks. And on these dirt alleyways, we had massive garbage cans, okay? Not the little one person or one family garbage cans, but these big kind of dumpsters. And, they would service 3 or 4 families. And I remember thinking to myself, well, I'm no stranger to dumpster diving. I'll just check in these dumpsters. I'll just see if there's people that discard old furniture or old building supplies or whatever. So I start going up and down this alleyway. I start finding lots of wood. I start stacking it in between this old wall that we had as a property line and an old detached garage that was in the back of our property. And I start piling up this wood. I found an old waterbed one day. Anybody had a waterbed at any point or knew someone that did? All right. Most of it was crud. Most of it was kind of particle board, but the main portion of it, the upper part, there was a kind of pressure treated 2x8s or 2x10s, right, the surround, and then there was some plywood that held up the kind of the bags of water. So I got all that. I brought it home, stacked it in that stack. I remember one day I got a old exterior door, so it was a solid wood, not a hollow, one. So I dragged it by the handles and dragged it down as a little 9-year-old. Anyway. So I get this pile of wood, had enough wood, and thought, I don't have anything to fasten it to the tree, though. I can't really start building yet. And the thought came to me, this old dilapidated garage, I feel like I had seen some nails or screws on the floor or whatever scattered around different places, and I thought to myself, if I just cleaned it up, I bet you I could get enough to at least start my project. So I did that, cleaned it all up, got out the broom and dustpan. My parents probably were like, don't stop him, just let him. Who knows what he's doing? Let him go. He's cleaning it all up. He's organizing it. So I did, and I got to the point where I had some nails, had some screws, and enough to get started. So I grabbed a saw, cut some pieces of 2x4 that I could use for steps to get up into it. started pulling wood up and started creating my dream. I started building my treehouse. And I'll tell you, it was so exhilarating to me because I started getting a lot of social validation also. Here I was, this 9-year-old kid building my own treehouse. No one's helping me. And all of a sudden my siblings who had told me I couldn't do it are outside, being like, oh, this is Stephen, do you want some help here now? I mean, can we come up and see what you're doing? And, it's kind of like Chicken Little, or, is that the story, Anyway, so I'm building my treehouse. I get to a point, though, where I can't go anymore. I have plenty of wood, but I don't have any more fasteners, no more nails, no more screws. And I'm up in my treehouse one afternoon, and my mom calls me down. She calls my name, and I scurry down the tree. And I go to where she's standing, just outside of our back door, kind of towards the corner of the home. And I come up to her, and the first thing that she does is she looks at me and she says, Stephen, I've got a secret. But I've got something to tell you, but you can't tell anybody. You can't tell your siblings, more importantly. And when mom says, can't tell your siblings, it's going to be good, right? So I'm like, yes, can't tell my siblings. So I come up to her a little closely, and she whispers in my ear, and as she does, she pulls out from behind her back her hand, and she opens up this brown paper bag, and inside of it is a brand new box of 16 penny nails. Now, for me, that was everything. And I grabbed my mom around the neck, gave her a big hug and a kiss, took those nails, and got to work. And I completed my project. And for me, that was the accomplishment of my life's dream at that point, right? It was a really big deal. And I learned some really important lessons. And the reason why I'm leading with the story is because I believe that creating wealth is no different than that story for me, no different than me creating my treehouse. Creating wealth in every aspect of your life starts with, first of all, you being able to envision it. Can you see yourself in a different situation than you currently are in? Can you literally see yourself receiving that money and responsibly utilizing it, spending it, investing it, helping others with it? Can you see that? If you can't see that, chances are you're never going to create the wealth that you want. If you don't have a deep enough why, it's just never going to happen, right? So I learned that lesson. Number two, I also learned that there's going to be a lot of trial and tribulation and hardship and, people saying no. No matter what it is, there will always be naysayers. And usually it's not from the people that have experienced it and done it. It's from the people that haven't. So why do we put so much value in their words, right? Everyone that tells you, hey, you can't create wealth with real estate, or you can't overcome that belief because you're just a miller. You ever heard that, by the way? I mean, I'm sure you're not Millers right in here, but whatever your last names are, and whatever your last names are here watching over, wherever you are around the country, have you ever said that to yourself or even thought it? For me, my name is Stephen Michael Miller. My last name is Miller. And there are things that Millers traditionally just kind of do, right? Do you ever think that way? Why do we just do those things? Do we have to just because I have a last name? Or can we choose into a different life? Can we choose to do something better? Can we choose to follow a different mentor rather than maybe just the one that had our last name? Now, again, I love my parents, but my parents were not well-versed in the world of financial anything. I watched my father try and fail at business over and over and over again, and he wasn't my mentor when it comes to financial things. But by the time I graduated college, I was making more money than my parents combined. And again, nothing, it's no slight on them. They just didn't learn, and they didn't know where to go for it, right? So how do we create that wealth in our life and in every aspect of our life, not just in our financial affairs, but how do we do that in our relationships? How do we create wealth in our personal power and going out there and becoming the person that we need to be? How do we do that in our health? How do we create wealth in health, right? It's possible. So I want to jump into that. The other major lesson, before I keep going here, the other major lesson that I learned, and hopefully you're writing some of these things down, is that when those blocks come up, even if I don't know the answers, as long as I will be persistent, the answer will come about. Someone will enter into my life. Someone will come in as a mentor. The information will be provided, whatever I need. If I will continue and persist, it will be made available. My mom in that scenario for me was that angel. She came in and she provided exactly what I needed at the moment that I needed it without me actually ever talking to her about it. Don't know to this day how she found out or whatever happened. She must have been watching. I mean, obviously she's my mom, right? And I'm 9 years old, horribly unobservant. She's probably watching me from the window. Who knows, right? But my dream was made. It happened because I believed that it could and I believed it would. And resources became available that I didn't know that were even available to me. Okay? So, I want to look at the financial outlook here. Few people in America are truly even are confident that they're going to have a real retirement. And if you look at some of the statistics, we used to think that $1 million was going to be enough, right? If you thought about it 10 years ago, everyone, yeah, man, if I could just be a millionaire. And the truth is a millionaire 10 years ago isn't the millionaire of today. $1 million 10 years ago is like having $5 million today, right? I mean, it's just $1 million isn't going to be enough. So stop thinking if I could just accumulate $1 million, it's going to be great. By the way, do you know how long you would have to save and how much you would have to save to accumulate just, let's call it a little bit more. Let's say $1.5 million. So if you had 20 years, how much would you have to save every month? Let's just consider even that you were going to invest that money at a 10.8% interest rate, and you could do that consistently over 20 years, okay? That's the S&P average, the 30-year S&P average. So let's just say you could take your money, invest it in the stock market, do it really, really well at the 30-year S&P average at 10.8%. How much money would you have to save on a monthly basis? Any ideas? I mean,
$1,000.
About 7 or 8.
yeah, you'd have to save $1,798. So $1,798 every single month for 20 years. Now, we live in a society where not only do we not have enough saved for retirement, but we're spending 100 to 110% of what we're earning, right? So how likely is it going to be for us that by saving and going along the normal path that we're going to save our way to financial wealth? It's probably not going to happen, right? We need something to bridge that gap, okay? We need people to help show us the way. I mean, the reality is at retirement, 60% of us have less than $25,000 saved. I'm not talking about just savings accounts. I'm talking about retirement accounts too, right? 401ks, IRAs, that's all taken into consideration here. So we've got to do something different. So financially speaking, we're not doing too well. We also know that in our relationships, we're not doing very well, right? Here's the American Psychological Association, 40 to 50% of married couples in the United States divorce. Kind of crazy. Do you go into a relationship thinking to yourself, man, this is going to end, and I'm going to be excited for it to end? You know, man, I'm going to be so thrilled. I'm going to do everything I can to shut this off. No. You get into a relationship because you love that person, and you can see yourself being with that person for a long time, right? You don't go into it thinking to yourself, I mean, very few do anyway, except for those that, write the extensive prenups and all that kind of stuff. But very few of us go into a relationship hoping that it's going to end at some point, right? So something's wrong in our relationships with that connection that we're making with people. More than 1/3, 34.9%, or 78.6 million people in the U.S., adults, are obese. Are we having health problems, right? Is any of this correlated? Our finances, our connection with others, and our health problems, right? Is this connected maybe? I definitely think so. So how do we take our life from where it is today? And I'm not saying our lives are horrible. I'm just saying, do we want it to be better? Is there something that we can do more? Are there specific systems and processes that we can implement to be happier? Because if we're not happy with our life, then what do we do to change it? Right? How do we learn that? How do we get past? Have you ever felt like you were kind of going through life in whatever it is, whether it's your health, your wealth, your relationships, whatever? Have you ever felt like you kind of just keep hitting a ceiling? Have you ever felt that way? And no matter how hard you try, every once in a while you may feel that ceiling bump up just a little bit, but usually then comes right back to where it was, where it's comfortable for you. You ever felt that way? What if you could work with somebody or a group of people that could help you understand that, by the way, that ceiling's not really even there, right? I mean, you're putting it there, but let me help you, since you believe in it, the ceiling, let me help you raise it at least, right? And keep it there. And then let me help you show you how to actually remove that ceiling completely so that literally you're not putting any self-imposed limitations. Does that make sense? Right? So this is what we're here to talk about. And specifically, how do we break through those places? How do we get out of that ceiling when we're so stuck and we can't see it? Have you ever heard of blind spots? Anyone ever heard of blind spots, right? Blind spots are the weaknesses in ourselves that we can't see. We don't even know that they're there, but everyone else around us can see it. I'll tell you, man, when I was, I probably shouldn't talk about this, but I will. When I was 12 years old, I started dating a girl. 12. Okay? I mean, really. I dated the same girl pretty much, off and on, from 12 to 17 years old. Okay? And there were a couple girls in between, but pretty much I always just went back to this same girl. Now, here's the interesting thing about this, and hopefully my wife's not watching because I don't ever like to talk about other girls besides her. But this was an interesting learning experience for me because all of my family and all of my friends, even the ones that were friends with her too, would come up to me and be like, Stephen, she's not right for you. Like you are different around her. She's changing you. Like it's weird. And we all see it. But I was completely blind to it. Until one day I stepped out of the situation and I took a look at it. I was like, oh my gosh, you were all completely right. And it was kind of toxic for me. And I couldn't see it. I didn't want to see it. I didn't even want to look at it, right? But after that, I mean, life got a whole lot better and I could see clearly and I met my wife and other things and, it was wonderful. So how do we get through those blind spots? How do we get past that stuck area? My belief and what I've seen and what I've noticed is the times in my life where I've seen the most accelerated growth are the times when I have had mentors in my life. People that have been there. People that have done the things that I want to do. That have been successful in those areas. And that can help me to be successful too. I mean, by the way, I'm a father of 7 children. I didn't say that before, but I've got 7 beautiful children. My oldest is 12 and my youngest is 2. But just because I'm a father of 7 children doesn't make me a parenting expert, right? When I had my son the very first time, I wasn't all of a sudden this perfect father. I have to learn stuff, and I'm still learning stuff. By the way, there are people who have figured it out in parenting. Like they do an awesome job, a lot better than I'm doing. Can I learn from them? Absolutely. Can that help strengthen my relationship with my children as I'm trying to grow and teach them too at the same time? Absolutely, right? So we have mentors in our lives, and those mentors can help us to accelerate our growth and our progress. I want to introduce you to somebody here you may not know. Oh, before I do, we'll talk about this. Sorry, I'm a little ahead of myself. But mentors are people that motivate, empower, help you navigate through life, right? Teaches you, originates experiences and opportunities, helps you get the results that you're looking for. I like this quote here, a good mentor goes, knows, and shows the way, right? So there are people, again, that have been there that can help us get there as well. Here's one individual that had mentors in his life. This is Michael Jordan, right? If you don't know him, he doesn't play today. If you're in the younger generation, maybe you've never seen him play, but Michael Jordan is known even today as one of the greatest basketball players of all time. The neat thing about Michael Jordan, what sets Michael Jordan apart from so many others, is he does other things in his life also in a very successful way, right? Not only is he successful on the court, he's successful off of the court. The guy has done some amazing things in business. Here you see some of his great decisions that have really helped him. He makes about $80 million a year with his Nike endorsements. That's recorded by Forbes magazine last year. He's got a net worth of about $1 billion right now. The guy's doing pretty well financially. And the neat thing is when he's interviewed, he attributes the majority of his success to his coaches, to his mentors. And specifically, here's what he says. He said, other than my parents, no one had a bigger influence on my life than Coach Smith. He was more than a coach. He was my mentor, my teacher, my second father. Coach was always there for me whenever I needed him, and I loved him for it. In teaching me the game of basketball, he taught me about life. So, again, here's Michael Jordan. Huge success. He attributes that success to his coaches, his mentors, people in his life that have truly influenced him. By the way, his coach, Coach Smith, was his coach during his college years when he was with the North Carolina Tar Heels. So, unbelievable success story here. And this is really different than the norm. You see what happens with professional sports all the time, don't you? These young kids have a lot of great talent, right? But they're oftentimes in they grow up in meager circumstances. They grow up in paycheck to paycheck families. They're paycheck to paycheck themselves. So, by the way, when someone is paycheck to paycheck and they're earning $500 or $1,000 or a couple $1,000s a month, are they going to change when they all of a sudden start earning millions of dollars? No. If they're paycheck to paycheck on $1,000 a month, they're going to be paycheck to paycheck on $100,000 a month. They're going to be paycheck to paycheck on $1 million a month. We see it over and over and over again because they haven't switched the programming, right? They haven't gotten rid of those blind spots. Those are all still there. The same operating system is still operating them regardless of the income. Does that make sense? So we've got to change our operating system. Michael Jordan was able to from individuals that taught him along the way, from people that came into his life and helped him succeed in other aspects, not just on the court, which is a huge thing. So we need these mentors in every important part of our life. Wealth, health, connection, personal power. Again, this is really what we're all about and what we do here at Strongbrook. So we're talking about world-class mentorship. And one of the biggest things and one of the greatest gifts that I'm so proud of is we get to gift wonderful mentorship to everybody. If you haven't had a chance yet, we have an app. Does everyone have the app here in the room? No, not yet. Okay. If you go onto your Google Play or Apple Store, right, regardless of what you have, you can search Strongbrook. And when you search Strongbrook, you'll pull up our app. It's a free download. You just need an invitation code. So the person that invited you to come and watch this tonight, you'll go to them and just shoot them a quick text, or if they're in the room with you, say, hey, what's your invitation code? Download the app, get the invitation code, sign up for a free account, and start learning from some of the most amazing minds in the world. Specifically, I'll get to some more of that in just a minute, but I want to talk about 3 things that we're offering here. We have limitless live mentorship. I love the idea of being able to tap into some of the most transformational individuals in the world and get live mentorship from them. Interactive training rotates through the 4 different areas that we've talked about, the health, wealth, connection, and power. These mentors are all about helping you to create those dramatic results, accelerate your progress, do different things and better things, help you uncover some of those blind spots so all of a sudden those limitations are gone, right? And this is really huge. This is all part of the app. Again, whether you've got an iPhone, Android, or even on your computer, you can access this limitless live mentoring. Number 2, we have limitless mentor events. Now I'm going to pause and take a little time on each of these because these are truly, truly powerful. We've got 3 here shown. We've got Limitless, our Wealth Intensive, and then we also have the Mentor Academy. And underneath Limitless, we are going to have other events that are being developed right now for the connection side, for the relationships, as well as for the health and things like that. But these are the 3 that we have right now: Limitless, the Wealth Intensive, and the Mentor Academy. And so let's start by talking about Limitless. This is a 3-day intensive event. This is for those individuals that say, yeah, I definitely want to learn on a day-to-day basis, but I want to jumpstart. Like I want to learn how to start uncovering these limiting beliefs right away and start creating the success that I want right now at an accelerated pace. Those individuals choose to come to this event. It's called Limitless for a reason, right? It's a $499 event, and really what you're doing here is you're claiming your birthright of prosperity and abundance. By the way, for those of you that don't feel like you have worth or value, I know that you do. So let me teach you what I know about you that you may not know, right? Come and learn about this. Claiming that birthright of prosperity and abundance. Unlocking the transforming power of your body and mind. Are we just subject to what we have right now, or can we develop the body and mind that we want? We definitely can. Learn the trade secrets to mastering your mind, break through your biggest blocks, crush your results, and really, like I said, one of the biggest ones here is learning the art of belief breakthrough. How that can lead to all the different positive changes that you need in every aspect of your life. Okay, so that's Limitless. Again, it's a $499 event, 3 days of just amazing, awesome community, everyone getting together. We don't sing Kumbaya. Don't worry about that. Okay, but we do love each other a lot, and you can feel that. And it's neat when you step into a space, especially for a lot of people that may have never felt that amount of love and support in their life. It's just tremendous. So what a wonderful event. Here's a couple of examples and testimonials of people that have gone. This is Jason W. We came to Limitless. We had $15 in our bank account. We were 9 months behind on our house. Since Limitless, we have created over $33,000. I am limitless. Holy smokes. Like, that's amazing, right? Talk about changing your perspective on wealth, and once you change your perspective, you change your results, right? This is what happened with Jason W. here. We've got Gary N. I've lost 54 pounds in 90 days with Limitless. He's on track to continue. His goal is to lose a whole lot more than that. He's actually, I was talking to him today, he's running a marathon coming up in June. Hopefully he's okay with me telling everybody that. I think he's announced it. But he's running a marathon in June. This is a man that, 6 months ago couldn't walk a couple blocks. He was telling me he had gone on a short little hike with his wife and laid down on the trail thinking he was going to die. And his wife was just like, go. And she was going on, and he couldn't breathe anymore. So out of shape, right? His health, he wasn't creating wealth in his health, right? So we helped him to do that. And he's on a great track right now. Here's Marianne. She said, Anthony and I had decided to separate. And by the way, I'm just going to say this. I don't care who you are. If you're married, you've had that conversation. I don't even have to know you. You've had it. I have met with so many people, and I'm convinced that 99.9% of us get to that point at some point or another in our relationships. So here's Anthony and Marianne being very vulnerable here. We had decided to separate, then Limitless taught us about unconditional love. We learned how to show up in our marriage in a totally new way. This instantaneously changed our marriage for the better. What an amazing thing. And I'll tell you, very powerful. I'll tell you how powerful it is because now Marianne actually is an authority in relationships and helping people to overcome their limiting beliefs. She speaks oftentimes on our Limitless stages as well. And it's amazing to hear her experience and to learn from that and to help our relationships because of what she's been able to go through and overcome. Great. I love also this portion. I mean, I probably love everything that I want to talk about tonight. Otherwise, I wouldn't talk about it. I'm very passionate about it. But we also have our next event, which is our Wealth Intensive. This is a $499 3-day Wealth Intensive. And for those of you that want to grow your wealth or have blocks in wealth, there is no better event that you can come to that I've ever seen that will help you to start creating the wealth that you truly want. Doing everything from traditional things to creative things, to get outside the box to help you create the results that you're looking for, financially speaking, right? And specifically, we talk about creating financial freedom in 10 years or less, how college kids and the retired can create real residual income, okay? Residual income, what's that, right? Most of us don't have it, right? Residual income is that money that you do the work once and it continues to come in, right? That's residual income. So how do we create that for both college kids and retired individuals? We'll talk about that here in the Wealth Intensive. A business that can produce thousands of dollars a month in less than a year. The top 5 no-money business and real estate strategies. By the way, have you ever heard that 90% of American millionaires made their money in real estate? You ever heard that? So if 90% of American millionaires made their money in real estate, should we look at it? Yeah. Right? We should probably at least look at it, see if there's some value to it. And if 90% of American millionaires made their money in real estate, then why aren't we all doing it? Any ideas? Why aren't we all doing it? Don't know how, don't have the information. We've got fear. We have some limitations maybe, right? Some blocks, some blind spots that we need some mentors in our lives for. Well, I will tell you, Strongbrook has for the last 8.5, almost 9 years now, been one of the nation's leading authorities in done-for-you real estate. Facilitated real estate is what we call it. We're telling you, look, if you're not passionate about it, get out of our way. If you don't love the game of real estate and it's not who you are, then for goodness sakes, get a mentor, get someone in your corner that can help you with it. And we've been doing this for the last 8 or 9 years. We have transacted as a company over $500 million of real estate with our clients. That is huge. We've had billions and billions and billions of dollars of impact on communities in different markets around the country. And it's so wonderful to see the families that we're able to bless, the businesses we're able to help create, and all these different things that are happening because we're helping our clients and our tribe create more wealth in their lives as well. It's a really fun thing. Also, mastering the mindset of money, freedom, and purpose is part of what we do in the Wealth Intensive. I want to focus on a couple other things because I think it's really important that people understand when you're creating wealth, you don't have to do it alone. Same thing with anything, right? If you're doing real estate, you don't have to do it alone. I think oftentimes we shy away from the word. You ever heard that word, partnering, right? You ever heard of that word? A lot of people get scared from partnerships because they hear about the partnerships that go wrong. Or you ever heard, don't go into business with your friends or family? You ever heard that? By the way, I'm in business with two of my very best friends that I've known for 18 years. Okay? Love working with my friends. Has it been challenging at times? Absolutely. Do I want to punch Chris and Kevin in the face every day? No. No, not every day, but every other day, right? But I'll tell you, it has been one of the greatest experiences of my life, being able to work with my friends. Come to work every day where we get to joke around and we get to have serious conversations and we get to grow and be true friends to each other and call each other on our stuff and help each other to unveil those blind spots. I mean, the reason why we've been so successful as a company is because we truly step up for each other, right? So this idea of partnering, we've created a partnering inside of our real estate that we do for people that it's unbelievable. It's unmatched. The fears that you may have surrounding that go away. If you don't have money or credit, can you still do real estate? Absolutely. There's those options for you, right? If you want to create a better, more secure financial future for yourself, you're going to want real estate to be part of it. By the way, that's just a small piece of what we do. We also help our clients to protect it appropriately, estate planning and LLCs and creating the business around who you are and all these different things are things that we do as a company, right? So when we're talking about creating wealth, we're talking about comprehensively helping you to have a completely different attitude and idea and a very specific plan to move forward. By the way, everyone that's here tonight, I want to give everyone a gift right now, okay? So if you haven't received a customized wealth plan or what we call a game plan, I'm going to give everyone an opportunity to receive that right now. This is a $200 value that I'm going to give to you for free just for being here and giving me of your time. Would you all accept that gift if I gave it to you? Okay. So here's how you get this gift. If you will email this email address, okay? It's going to be very simple, hopefully. Christine, CHRISTINE, .rushing, RUSHING, at strongbrook.com. That's STRONGBROOK. Just like it says here on the slide, Strongbrook. Okay, Christine.rushing at strongbrook.com. If you will email her with the subject game plan, okay? And in the, just put subject game plan, she'll know it's from here in this event. She will set you up to speak with one of our game plan specialists at absolutely no charge. And they will take 20 to 30 minutes to give you a very specific wealth assessment and wealth plan for you to see if there's something that we can do to help you get to your goals. And at the very least, you're going to walk away with options. Would you mind coming up for just a second, Wileen, since you're here? You've received one of these game plans. Can you just talk about your experience with that, with the game plan?
Yeah, I appreciate the opportunity to share. In fact, I was sitting there just kind of like, my husband and I were introduced to Strongbrook about 2.5 years ago, almost 3 years ago, and we were living paycheck to paycheck. In fact, we were living on prayer every month. We were going in the whole $1,800 a month. Yeah. And when we were approached by Strongbrook, we didn't have any idea that it was even an option for us to begin investing in real estate, but we had done a little real estate in the past and wanted to get back into it. We requested one of those game plan assessments, and without, having any idea that they would have any options for us, and they actually came up with 7 options for us to begin investing right away. And some of them we weren't, we're like, no, we're not, going to do those. But there were 3 or 4 that were like, these are awesome. This is legal. You can do this. This is a real thing. And, just that information that you don't know is so, those blind spots that you're talking about, it's so amazing when you start working with these guys, when you start working with professionals and people that have worked with thousands of people in all different circumstances, and they have answers. And so we were able to invest in a property within the first 6 months after we joined Strongbrook.
Wait a second. So you mean you went from going $1,800 in the hole every month
Yes.
to having property?
Yes.
That's awesome.
And they even helped us fix the $1,800 a month because we got involved in the referral program, which the business aspect, which I think you're going to touch on a little bit.
Yeah.
And just within a couple of months, I quit my job. And because I was making about 3 times just referring potential investors to Strongbrook. And so we were able to get out of that
That's
really
awesome.
quickly. And I mean, the limitless everything has been just hugely important to totally change our life.
Fantastic.
So,
thank you, Wiley. Appreciate that so much. Give her a big round of
Thank
applause.
you.
Thank you, Wiley. It's awesome. So again, that's our gift to you. I believe that game plan is super powerful. If you haven't had one, get one. Email christine.rushing@strongbrook.com. Don't wait to do that. Do it right away. We want to help you, again, as much as we possibly can. At the very least, you'll walk away with options that you didn't know that you had. You'll be able to do things on your own if nothing else. So we do have our Wealth Intensive. Like I said, again, it's a 3-day event. $499 value. It's an unbelievable event. We teach so much more than even just there. We do pull back the curtain on just about everything that we do for our clients as well to help you understand the hows and the whys behind it. It's pretty phenomenal. Here's some testimonials here from the Wealth Intensive. I came to the Wealth Intensive looking for options while feeling like all the doors were closed behind me. I found by attending what I was focusing on. I think that was written wrong, but whatever. It was the closed doors. I found that I just needed to turn around and move forward. I can't get upset over a locked door. I just need to find the open one. So that was Andre. Randall here said, this Wealth Intensive has changed my mindset about debt and believing that, yes, even I can become financially free. Again, if you've got blind spots, right? You had blind spots, Wiley, when you came to us. We were able to not only remove those blind spots, but to give you options that you never had seen before. They were there the whole time. Right? We didn't miraculously invent new things, right? Those options were there. We just helped you to see them, correct? So let's help you to see yours as well. The Wealth Intensive, this is Jill. The Wealth Intensive is the correct term to use, emphasis on intense. A lot of great information. Some of the biggest things I'm walking away with are solutions. By the way, how many of you want solutions, right? We all want some solutions. Okay, even though they are not where I ultimately want to be, it's a start that I can now see, or that I can see, and I can see that now. It's better to start somewhere and move in the right direction than to take no action at all and be a standstill. I feel so empowered. So what a tremendous event. And these events, by the way, like I said, are not only super valuable, but they really piggyback so well on each other. They really build with each other. And they're also great as standalones. So you've got here our third event. This is the Mentor Academy. Now this is also a 3-day event, a coaching business workshop. This is also a $499 value event. This is where we help people to launch their 6-figure coaching business or other type of business, okay? How to productize your message into a lucrative program. And before I keep going here, I want to just pause for a second and just talk about our belief here at Strongbrook. One of our core beliefs is that everyone is unique, that everyone has a gift to bring to the world, right? Everyone has a message that other people need to hear. I love being up here and I love speaking on stage, and I could do this all day long every day, right? I enjoy it. And I believe that there are people that are touched by my words. That is my belief, and whether that's you or not, I don't know. But but I still appreciate you being here, okay? But what I also understand is that I can't reach everybody. I know that. I know that my words will not resonate with every single person that I speak with. I mean, I've traveled around the world, and it's funny. Chris, Kevin, and I used to be the only 3 speakers for Strongbrook, right? The 3 of us would go out, and we'd be sent all across the nation. We'd be going out to New York and to Florida and California and wherever else, all across the U.S. and also in other countries as well. And every time we'd go get sent out somewhere, we'd always get feedback. And the fun thing about that was we would often rotate. So if I went out to New York one time, Chris would go out the next time, and then Kevin would go out the next time, and we'd all get different feedback. And there were areas that would be like, man, I just hated Stephen's presentation, right? But Chris rocked my world, it was awesome. And then I got other feedback being like, Chris just didn't like him at all. Is he even real? But Stephen, I love that presentation. Or Kevin, his presentation was fantastic. So the thing is, what we've come to understand is that everyone has a message. Everyone has a unique set of circumstances, experiences, situations that they've had to overcome, that those experiences combine to create a perfect message for certain people. So we help you to bottle that up. We help you to learn how to earn from it. our parents, parents, they all told us that you have to go and do something safe, right? Go become a doctor, an engineer, dentist, whatever, right? Something that is secure and safe, where you're going to make a lot of money, whatever. The people that I know who make the most money are the people that love what they do. That doesn't mean that you can't be a doctor. If you love being a doctor, please be a doctor. That's what you're supposed to do. But for everyone else, utilize your unique set of gifts and talents and do something you love. And let us help you learn how to make money from it. Most successful marketing strategies, filling your events. We talk about developing your signature presentation, help keep people wanting to come back for more and more and more, how to effectively close people into your program. These are all things that we talk about and go over here in the Mentor Academy. Again, a tremendous event, a $499 value on the event. Honestly, all these events are so much more valuable than even just that meager $499. I mean, some of you ladies spend that at the salon, right? So do something better. Invest in yourself in another way, right? In another way. All right. Here's some people that are participating right now in our Mentor Academy and Mentor Maker program. Participating in the Mentor Maker program has been the missing piece that I've been looking for. I don't simply just have my message, but I know how to deliver it for a maximum impact. Chris has been masterful in bringing me this new awareness and experience to me. That's Stacy Harmer. Kara Brandt says, this has been a unique refiner's fire, giving me an opportunity to break through anything that will hold me back from living my mission. In 2 short weeks, I am 100 times more confident in who I am as a mentor and presenter. By the way, those of you that went to Limitless, you got to see Kara speak and sing multiple times. Wasn't she pretty awesome? Like, pretty phenomenal. And it's just so neat to watch these individuals transform and change, because most of us aren't all day long giving presentations. And for most of us, it doesn't come natural, right? These are learned skills. And to watch her up on stage was just, it's just a gift. It was awesome. Here's Carolyn Norris. Here's Carolyn. Although already an award-winning speaker, life coach, and successful businesswoman, Mentor Maker was exactly what I needed to take my skills from experienced to exceptional. Mentor Maker has made it possible for me to craft my message concisely, deliver it more powerfully, and inspire masterfully. Carolyn has been awesome, and I will be changing that so it says Carolyn. Anyway, all right. So the third thing that we're offering here in terms of mentorship and how we're helping individuals to receive more mentorship is on-demand mentoring. Again, this is where people have access to some of the greatest minds in the world. We currently have over $250,000 worth of programs, products, trainings, speeches, all those kind of things from, again, some amazing individuals that's available 24/7 on the app. I'm going to talk about how you can gain access to all of it. I've given everyone a gift where you can go on and download a free version, but we have another version where if you invest into yourself, you can gain access to all of it, right? So we're going to talk about that here in just a minute. But again, this is over $250,000 of world-class mentorship available 24/7. These are just some of our mentors in the Mentoring Network. You can see a couple here. Les Brown, there's Kevin Harrington, one of the original sharks on Shark Tank. Craig Deswald. Anyone know who Craig Deswald is? He actually was the band manager for Guns N' Roses back in the 80s and toured with them all. Guy's got some crazy stories. But he toured with them all over the place. And now he speaks all over the place. The guy's an amazing speaker. One of the highest energy speakers I've ever witnessed. It's a lot of fun to listen to him. So anyway, all these wonderful people that we can learn from. By the way, there's one other person I want to point out. I was talking about parenting skills. Nicolene Peck. If you don't know who Nicolene Peck is, that woman is a godsend into the parenting world. Okay, if you have kids and you'd like to learn how to be a better parent, communicate better with your children, get inside the Mentoring Network and look at her stuff. It's tremendous. All right, so I want to give you 2 different offers here, okay? Very simple. Number 1 is join the Mentoring Network, okay? Right now, make a commitment into yourself. Invest in yourself. This is really simple. What I think we've done here, what we've tried to do anyway, is distill something that can be very complicated and make it very simple. Does everyone understand that you can easily spend $50,000 with one mentor? $100,000 with one mentor, right? People are like, yep, done it. You know, you can easily spend a lot of money with one mentor, and that can be very, very worth it. But for people who want to say, you know what, I just don't even know which mentor I want yet, what an amazing opportunity to test drive your mentors, to learn from some of the greatest individuals that have had problems very similar to yours and mine, and have found solutions to those problems, and are now giving that distilled information to us on a platter that we have 24/7 on-demand access to. So Just to review though, we've got the weekly live mentoring where we're getting literally weekly live mentorship with people that are helping us through our stuff. Free access pass to all of our events, right? These are all $499 valued events that you're now getting just for paying $99 a month. By the way, each of those events happen every single month. Those of you that have come to Limitless, you've come once, right? Anybody come twice? Anybody come 3 times? Okay, 4 times? Okay, good. So we've got individuals that have come, they keep coming over and over and over again because this is part of life. We want to practice it. We want to keep on learning what it is that we're putting into practice here, okay? So weekly live mentoring, free access pass to all our events. That's a $1,500 per month value. On-demand mentoring, that's a $250,000 worth of value. And of course, the weekly live mentoring is $299 a month, all for just $99 a month. My invitation to anyone here that's online or here in the room is to invest in yourself today. Join the Mentor Network. Start getting elite class mentorship. Start learning the things that you can do to remove those blind spots and start creating the success that you've only ever thought about or wanted to do. Most people that I know at the beginning of every single year, they write down their New Year's resolutions, right? They take out their pad of paper that they hadn't taken out for a year. You know, if they put one page back, it would be their last year's New Year's resolutions, right? They flip it over and they start up again, right? This year I'm going to lose 10 pounds and I'm going to run that marathon or whatever, or I'm going to, treat my kids kinder, or I'm going to take my wife to Bali, or, whatever it is, right? And you write them down. Come the end of the year, it's exactly the same thing. You turn it over again, having not checked off anything on that list. If you want to create a better year for yourself this year than you ever have before, if you want to start rubbing shoulders with individuals that are really doing it, then invest in yourself. Invest $99 per month in yourself. Start coming to our live events. Start accessing. That's an all access pass to everything that we're doing. When we're not having an event, get on the on-demand and start learning. And start changing your life. Invest in yourself in something that's going to change and get you the results that you want. Right? We'll all spend money on our cable bill, right? We all have got cable at home, a lot of us anyway. Right? We all have internet, right? We all have data plans on our phones nowadays, right? The newest, greatest phone that we're paying an extra $20 a month for. And we all have all these things, right? Are any of them getting you closer to your goals? It's just a question, just something to consider, right? So my invitation again, do something better, do something different. Come and join us here in the Mentoring Network. I do have a second option that I want to talk about briefly, and that's to get the Mentor Jumpstart Kit. Now, this is a $499 one-time fee. Okay, you pay the $499, and then you get into the $99 a month. You still get all the things that you see up there, but you also have a kind of a business in a box. It allows you to maximize business commissions. Also access to our business mastermind and personal business coach. Wileen is here, actually. She helps all of our individuals that are really serious about their business. We just had a phenomenal call this morning, actually one of the most powerful calls that we've had in our business mastermind, for me anyway. And we are moving forward in powerful, powerful ways, helping individuals do things that they've never done before and see financial results, like tangible results that they've never had before. I love it. It's fantastic. We love to have you there as well. So come on and join for that. Let me tell you a little bit more about this financial freedom opportunity. How many of you would love to just get paid also while you're growing, while you're experiencing new things? When you change and something truly impacts your life, don't you share it? Yep. Yeah, of course you do, right? One of my favorite groups in the world, I don't know if you're a music buff like I am, but I love music, and I love music of all types. I was raised on so much different music, and I know I'm okay on time. One of my favorite groups in the world is Take Six. If you've never heard of Take Six, they're kind of like a gospel R&B a cappella group. They're unbelievable. And just so you know, I also used to listen to, I listened to Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd and Michael Jackson and Stevie Wonder and Steely Dan, and I got a pretty great music background from my father, okay? But Take Six, honestly, is like just the cream of the crop for me. Am I getting paid from Take Six for saying this? No. Actually, I am. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not. I'm not. No. But they are phenomenal. If they ever come in concert, make it a point to go. No, I'm not getting paid for this, right? I'm talking about them because I love them. We usually do that. We talk about things that we love. Why not get paid? If Take 6 came to me and said, hey, Stephen, every person that buys our album that you talk to, we're going to throw you $1. Would I say, no, thanks? No, obviously not. I'd say, oh, wonderful. I'm talking about you guys anyway, right? I'd love to receive some thank you checks. So we do that. When somebody that you come on, that you bring on board comes and joins the Mentor Network, we'll pay you $26 a month. It's a thank you check. When those individuals decide to upgrade to one of our premium programs, which a lot of them do, right? We're going to send you checks up to $4,000. If I sent you a $4,000 thank you check, would you turn around and put return to sender and send it back to me? No, yeah, hopefully not. Hopefully you'd, non-apologetically accept that with gratitude, right? That's what I would hope. And so that's what we're doing. We're sending out those kinds of checks. We have individuals that are earning a lot of money with this. This is a proven business system. You get to join our business mastermind as well. Get a free coach that comes along to help you understand how to get that moving. It is a phenomenal opportunity, and my recommendation for everybody is do one or the two, right? Join at $99 and start your process right away. Start coming to our 3-day events that we're having every single month. By the way, our next 3-day event is coming up. The 10th, 11th, and 12th, is that right, of March? I think that's our very next one. That's our Wealth Intensive.
Yes, I believe you're right.
So our Wealth Intensive is the next 3-day event that's coming up, March 10th, 11th, and 12th. We just had one last week. Limitless was just last week. It was phenomenal. Guys, if you want to change every aspect of your life, start plugging into what we're doing here at Strongbrook and with Limitless and everything that we're doing. It's just tremendous. And it's never been easier than it is today. Well, this is a brand new actually program for you to get all of this for just $99 a month. Every one of our events, rather than paying $499 a piece for those, if you're part of the Mentor Network, part of our tribe, you get it for $99 a month. And then again, if you want to join the business aspect and really jumpstart your business, my recommendation would be to pay the $500 and then start in with the $99 a month and get access to everything else as well as the mastermind and the business coach and all that. So with that, I just want to say again, thank you so much for being here. Hopefully you're making a decision right now to come and join our tribe. We'd love to have you. If you do, I'd love to meet you. Shoot us some information. Do we have any questions from anyone in the room on anything we've discussed, or anyone online as well? Just want to open that up.
What would be the best way for them to get started with that $99?
Fantastic. Best way to start is to get back with the individual that contacted you, that brought you here. They'll have a form that they can send you out, fill it out, and send it to them, and they'll get that to us. We do have some online capabilities. They can send you links as well. I hesitate to say it online just right now because I don't have their specific links. But the person that invited you here should have a link that they can give you, or a paper form that you can fill out and get right over to us. Any other questions from online? Nope? Okay, great. Well, everyone, again, thank you very much. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. And with that, have a fantastic week. Bye-bye.